If 2025 left you feeling overwhelmed, confused, and unsure of what the future holds, if you are sick of constantly being sold to and exhausted by all the soulless AI content being crammed down your throat, if you are ready to take control of your income, level up your skills, and future-proof your freedom, if you are looking to make a major pivot in 2026 and create a life on your own damn terms, one fueled by empathy, creativity, and human connection, you are in the right place. This video is for you because while AI continues to create a massive distraction for everyone else out there, here is the real plot twist that nobody is talking about right now. This is creating what I believe to be the biggest opportunity in history for real humans with real communication, storytelling, and critical thinking skills to stand out and get ahead. So today, I want to walk you through the marketing trends and skills that will matter most for you in 2026. Let's not waste any time and start with trend number 1, the re-emergence of storytelling. So the first and probably most important trend of them all is the re-emergence of storytelling. For a while, marketing became really formulaic. Too formulaic, if you ask me. How-to content, rudimentary listicles, basic tips, and plug and play templates. Everywhere you looked, everyone seemed to be doing and saying the exact same thing. Then AI came on the scene, making this copycat problem an even bigger problem. Suddenly, people aren't just noticing the same old boring content everywhere they look online. They are also now questioning whether a human even created the content at all. Enter storytelling, a human form of communication that is as old as time itself, a proven way to build trust, create emotional connection, and memorably deliver a message. Storytelling is like the original marketing, and the smartest marketers have never forgotten it. I have videos that are literally years old talking about the importance of using storytelling in your messaging and in your marketing. But let's just call it out. It's really easy to get distracted from these timeless marketing truths when there are shiny new toys and trends promising endless efficiency and effortless results. Can you hear my eyes rolling from there? In my opinion, everyone got just a little bit too distracted by AI and completely forgot the fundamentals of what makes people tick and click. And now, just as I predicted, the pendulum is swinging back. Actually, because of AI and the skepticism that it has created in the marketplace, the demand for real, human, authentic storytelling is massively on the rise. Multiple reports heading into 2026 show that consumers are craving trust, authenticity, and human connection more than ever. They don't just want information, they want meaning, they want context, they want to feel something, and storytelling is how that happens. Now, you don't have to be a genius to see that the brands that are winning right now are the ones that are the most authentic, human, and relatable, which is exactly why this ancient form of communication is making such a comeback. Well, such a public comeback. In fact, the percentage of LinkedIn job postings in the US that include the term storyteller has doubled. And it's not just storytellers who are seeing an influx of jobs right now. And now that the initial hype of AI has finally passed, business owners are seeing it for what it really is, an awesome assistant and an awesome tool, and one that can never fully replace their human team. In fact, 55% of employers who laid off workers because of AI now say they regret that decision. All of these businesses are frantically trying to rehire humans because they realize they lost something their business cannot run without: the human touch. According to the latest reports, there has been a whopping 260% jump in freelance hires over the past 2 years alone, and that number will continue to grow as more and more businesses realize that automation is great, but it isn't everything. connection is. And that's exactly why this trend is my all-time favorite, because we can talk about trends and tactics and strategies all freaking day until we're blue in the face. I could literally scream them at you through my YouTube channel. But if you don't have the simple foundation of human-to-human connection, trust, and problem solving down first, literally, you guys, literally nothing else you do is going to matter. All right, with that, let's move on to trend number 2. Personal branding is now non-negotiable. Yes, you have heard me talk about it before. Personal branding is so important right now, and maybe even more important is visibility. Whether you're a freelancer, a business owner, a creator, a service provider, people don't want to buy from faceless brands anymore, right? Because that could just be AI. And this all comes back to the trend we just talked about. AI has created a massive culture of mistrust and skepticism online, and faceless brands are no longer deemed trustworthy. We want humans, people who can relate with us and share real perspectives that really mean something. We want someone willing to show up consistently and stand behind what they say, and better yet, do what they say, get results, and then show us those results. Forbes and LinkedIn have both published pieces showing that authenticity, relatability, and visibility are becoming bigger trust signals than polish and perfection. Now, I know, when I say the word visibility, we all want to shrink back, a little bit because it's scary, right? It's scary to be seen, right? You want me to post my whole freaking life on social media? What? No, listen up. Here's the thing. Being visible is not about posting every single moment of your life on social media. It's not about having no filter and exposing every single aspect of your private or personal life. It's not about following some strict content plan or dropping value bombs or cross-posting across 18 million different social media platforms. It's simply about choosing one platform you love, maybe it's Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or LinkedIn, and showing up consistently. It is so much more about being real and showing that you are real. Listen, I never thought that proof of humanity would be a marketing strategy, but hey, here we are. It is 2026. And no, that doesn't mean that you have to write these novel-worthy, epically emotional posts. It means that maybe some days you share more candidly about the stress or joy of running your own business or what you want to share to build your personal brand. Maybe some days you post about your self-care routine or a little behind the scenes moment. Maybe some days you post a picture of your dog or a cool person that you met. Maybe some days you just upload a picture of you laying on the couch because, hey, that's who you are and it makes you real and relatable. You don't only have to talk about business and you don't only have to share wins. You are human with ups and downs and highlights and low points and a vast variety of interests and hobbies. Being visible online doesn't mean you are glued to your phone. It just means that you aren't afraid of sharing just a little peek into your life. Remember, people don't only want to know about what you do, they also want to know who you are. It means having conversations with people in your DMs or your comment section. I love what this report from Direct Commerce says. As AI saturates every channel with flawless but soulless content, imperfections will start to signal something far more valuable: proof of humanity. From real voices to unfiltered imagery, the quirks and flaws that make us human will become the new markers of authenticity, and customers will instinctively gravitate towards brands that embrace those values. I'm telling you, I accidentally posted a typo on my Instagram story the other day. My engagement was through the freaking roof. Everyone was politely correcting my typo. And I was like, obviously I know how to spell that word. It was just a mistake, but it triggered something in my mind that made me realize, holy crap, just even giving a little hint of humanity, even though it was a mistake, in my social media content made people feel more connected to me. They started having conversations with me, and that really is the power of being authentic. It's not filtering, it's not fixing, it's not making sure everything you do is absolutely perfect, because we're all kind of wondering, is this real or is this AI? So remember, it's not about putting on this professional front to impress people, right? It's truly just about about being you. Now, listen, if this concept of showing up online terrifies you, you are not alone. I challenge you to take my 10-day social media challenge where I give you 10 really simple, easy prompts to make showing up on your Instagram stories so freaking easy. And I will drop a link to that video in the description box below, and you can check it out after this video, but don't go anywhere just yet because we are getting to the good stuff. Trend number 3, trust is the new currency. We are heading into 2026 with longer buying cycles and I mean way less trust than before. 32.8% of global shoppers say they're financially worse off this year than last year, and 73% of those consumers cite the cost of living pressures as a reason. But here's what's really important to know. People are still spending money. In fact, there is more money circulating now than ever before. People are no longer just clicking buy because they are bored or something sounds exciting or different. They aren't reading just one well-written ad and saying, great, awesome, here's my credit card, right? They are clicking buy because something feels safe, something feels trustworthy. According to consumer insight reports, trust is now one of the biggest predictors of whether someone buys from you. Not urgency, not hype, not discounts. And this is where a lot of modern marketing is falling apart right now. People are getting lost in all of the wrong things to try to persuade their customers to buy. Everywhere I look, I see so many marketers trying so hard to get sales by offering more discounts, more bonuses, more stuff, but that is not what people want right now. Trust me. We don't want more stuff, right? Buyers are looking for easier decisions that save them time and offer clear value without extra effort. So rather than overwhelming people with fancy messaging that, maybe sounds nice, ChatGPT, they're keeping it super simple and just being honest and straightforward about what they offer. So let me give you a few examples of what this might actually look like. I want you to think about 2 ads that you have most likely seen recently while scrolling Facebook or any social media app. Ad number 1 says, "This will change your life in 30 days, no experience required, guaranteed results." And ad number 2 says, "Here's exactly who this is for, here's how it works, here's how long it realistically takes, and here are happy customers and their results to prove it." So which one do you trust more? Exactly. Or if you think about sales pages, for example, something that I teach all the time, you might have one page that is full of buzzwords like scalable or effortless or game-changing or unstoppable. ChatGPT, I see you. But it never actually explains how anything works, and it leaves you with more questions than answers. Listen, your customers are smarter than ever before. So you want a page that walks them through exactly what the product does, the problem it solves, who it's for, what's included, and real results. That kind of page feels safer. It feels honest. One is selling hope and hype, and the other one is selling a clear path to transformation. And this shows up in your content too, right? Someone who only posts wins or screenshots or highlight reels promoting their product or service versus someone who occasionally says, here's what went wrong, here's what I tried, here's what I would do differently next time, here's what I'm still figuring out. That second person feels more real, they feel more trustworthy, and they are the people that we actually want to learn from. This is what good marketing looks like right now. It builds trust by explaining instead of exaggerating, by showing instead of telling, by showcasing results instead of pressuring, by revealing the process or the behind the scenes steps, and by answering objections clearly and early. I am telling you, in 2026, we need to go back to the basics of good marketing, my friends. That is what people want. All right, trend number 4, conversation-based marketing. For a long time, marketing was all about posting, promoting, rinse and repeat over and over and over again. And for a long time, that was enough to both gain new followers and turn those followers into customers. Not anymore. Because social media platforms don't just reward views and likes anymore, they reward real engagement, and that determines who actually sees your content. Meta executives like the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, have made it really clear that shares, when a user sends or DMs a post to someone else or posts it on their story, is one of the top signals Instagram uses to rank content in the app. Algorithms take signals like comments, saves, and shares, and even DMs into account when deciding who sees use your content next, because those actions show deeper interest and connection, not just a click. And this is why prioritizing starting conversations is more important now than ever before, because people don't want to be talked at, they want to be talked with. They want to have relatable conversations with you. They're looking for value in ways that are deeper than something they can go find on Google or ChatGPT in 5 seconds flat. So marketing is becoming less about broadcasting messages one to many all over the place and more about starting personalized conversations. And this is such an important shift to understand right now. Honestly, I had to laugh out loud when my recent burnt out Barbie post went viral at the end of 2025. It was sparked by an idea that a team member shared in our Slack channel. And honestly, I spent 30 minutes putting it together, right? It's just some funny out of office replies that I thought someone who was seriously over 2025 like me would relate to. And I thought it would be like funny for my audience. And while it certainly didn't give like any copywriting or marketing or branding advice, in fact, nothing about it had anything to do with my typical content pillars, it was relatable, it was shareable. And because of that, it went viral. I mean, look at the number of shares compared to likes here. So when you're creating content in 2026, stop worrying so much about sharing value and start thinking about creating something that people would actually want to share. Because if they want to share it, it means they find it relatable. All right, moving on to trend number 5, context over content. I have said this a million times. Context is so much more important than content. Just a few years ago, it used to be true that if you could just post more content, that would be enough to continually grow your audience, but that is not the case, not anymore. Thanks to AI, literally anyone could post like 1 billion pieces of content a day if they wanted to, but would anyone care or even pay attention? Probably not, because when content is dirt cheap, context is insanely valuable. So it's no longer about how much you post, it's about the context and consistency of what you post. How are you saying what you're saying? Why does any of this matter to you or your followers? What are the real life examples or experiences that showcase what it is you're talking about? Again, we can bring this back to my burnt out Barbie post, right? It wasn't the content that went viral. It was the related context behind the content. It was the timing, right? I was communicating something that everyone in my audience was already feeling. Hey, 2025 has been the year from hell and I am so over it. Are you over it too? And as you can see, a lot of people agreed. So what's working heading into 2026 is messaging that meets people where they are at, emotionally, circumstantially, right? It's not about being the loudest in the room. It's about knowing who you're talking to and knowing what it is they need to hear next. And that is what we are craving more of in 2026. And that brings me to the final question. What does all of this mean for you right now? So here is what's really cool about everything I just shared in this video. If you zoom out and take a step back, you will realize that we actually aren't talking about 5 completely separate trends here, because all of these trends point to the exact same thing. Smart marketing today is not about becoming more automated. It's about becoming more human. And the people who will win in 2026 aren't chasing more tools or tactics. They're building real communication and critical thinking skills. And this is exactly why I freaking love copywriting so damn much. It is the #1 skill I believe everyone should be learning in 2026, because copywriting, real copywriting, touches everything: content, sales, personal branding, building trust, visibility, and starting conversations. Whether you want to transition into a brand new marketing career in 2026, or start a creative and lucrative side hustle, or grow your own business with better messaging, copywriting is the #1 skill you need to learn to communicate with more confidence, sell with storytelling, and share persuasive ideas that inspire people to take action. So if you want to become a confident copywriter in 2026, ignite your your income and future-proof your freedom, click the link in the description box below or scan this QR code to learn more about my flagship copywriting coaching program. This only happens once a year, and every year I watch my students go on to create more time, money, and freedom. If this video is helpful for you, give me a thumbs up below, or better yet, send it to someone who's looking to make a career change in 2026. I will see you next week with a brand new video. Until then, I'm Alex. Ciao for now. Before you go, if you like that video, make sure to check out this one next. I recently spoke with Dane Walker, the founder of Rival, the fastest growing branding agency in Australia. And he said something that seriously made me question everything I do on my own social media. He said, people trust people more than they trust businesses. And no matter what kind of business you're in, or how new or how small you are, whether you're a freelancer, a coach, a course creator, an agency owner, or you sell any other type of product or service online, if you are not building a personal brand, you are likely missing out on some serious sales.